Are you worried if your baby's speech developmental milestones are on par for where they should be? I'm going to be reviewing speech developmental milestones through the age of 1 year so you know if everything is okay or if you need to go ahead and talk to your doctor. Hello, I'm Dr. Nancy Silva, mom and pediatrician, and I'm at the beautiful Riverwalk in downtown Tampa. You might see some boats going by. I hope you enjoy the view as much as I am. First of all, as far as speech goes, there isn't much going on in terms of a newborn. They do look at you and they can focus on your face. It has been shown in studies that babies will actually prefer smiles and the eyes. So they see best within the first foot. This is not going to be for all family members, just for mom and dad, because you don't want a baby a foot away from your face because you're breathing on them. Now, when you're mom and dad, you're going to be breathing on them, but not everyone else in the family needs to. So talking to your baby at this young age, when they're a newborn, really is helpful in terms of their social growth and also in terms of their speech growth. By 3 months old, typically, they're going to start smiling and cooing. And that's when the fun starts, because now they're not just a little machine drinking and you have to change their diapers and always working with them. They're starting to get social. Speech is the most social part of us as human beings. And somewhere between 4 and 6 months old, but typically by 4 months old, they actually start giggling and laughing. So I always got a kick out of that because, like, what made it so funny? Sometimes it was a silly face that I made. Sometimes I'd be singing to the baby, or sometimes I'd trip, whatever it was, and they start laughing. Find out what makes your baby giggle. Find out what makes your baby giggle and keep repeating it, and it's going to be so much fun. By 6 months, they start babbling. So what actually is babbling? You'll hear a lot of the same consonant over and over again. So it'll be like ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Not typically ma, 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 because the M is harder for a baby to say. That typically comes later. Babies also by 6 months old are starting to use their vocalizations. So their voice, they start making different sounds and they start seeing what kind of a reaction they're getting from their moms and dads and anyone else that's involved in taking care of them. Again, this is fun because they're starting to become little human beings. Typically next, by 9 months old, your baby should be able to say mama and dada. What comes first? Almost always, dada comes first. And dads usually are so exceedingly proud of this. They have nothing to be proud of because it's easier for a baby to make a sound saying da, da, as opposed to saying ma, ma. So by 9 months old, they should be saying mama, dada. Now, a lot of babies don't do that. Why? Because no one's calling mama, mama, and no one's calling dada, dada. So I typically advise people, hey, don't call your partner by their name. Call them dada or daddy or whatever, papa, whatever word it is in your culture or that you feel comfortable doing. And call her mama, mommy. And you'd be surprised. The more they hear these words, the more they can use them in speech. At 12 months old, they should be very proficient in saying mama, dada specifically, and one other baby word. Now, this is the crucial part. I'm not looking, and no pediatrician is looking for a perfectly pronounced word, but a word that is a baby word, a half word, a guttural sound that they always make when they're referring to something. So I typically will say something like, for example, if it was a ball they're playing with and they're going to say ba, ba, they may say ba, ba, and it's about the ball. Now, they won't point at this age, but when you show it to them, they might say ba, or they may say ba for the bottle. That counts, even though they're not saying bottle. That's a hard word for a baby to say, especially a 1-year-old. But if they're saying it and they're saying ba, they're not saying ba for the door. They're not saying ba for the doll. They're not saying ba for the dog. They're only saying ba when it comes to the bottle. That counts as a word. Typically at 15 months old, and this is where I'll leave you off, the baby can now say mama, dada, and your baby will be able to say at least 3 additional words, typically 3 to 5 baby words. If they're not meeting any of these developmental milestones, then you do want to check with your pediatrician. Typically your pediatrician at every physical will just generally, in casual conversation, say, oh, are they calling you mommy now? And before you know it, they've gone through the whole developmental milestone list. You may not have even realized that your pediatrician has been going over a developmental milestone list in general conversation just because we're fun and we like hearing about what they've done. Oh, are they saying mommy, daddy now? Oh, that's so great. Oh, no, of course they're not saying mama. They're only saying dada, things like that. So your pediatrician will already know if there's developmental milestone delays or not. But if you spot them before your pediatrician does, that scared me. If you spot those developmental delays before your pediatrician does, then it behooves you to talk to them about it, because the sooner you can get therapy and a diagnosis if there's any problem, the better it is for your baby. I hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about. Also, I have some free trainings and guides at my website, drsilvakidsgrow.com. Go to the shop, click on free trainings, you'll find some such as Mindful Mom 101. Also, one of the guides are the Pediatrician Fever Fix, so you know when to worry, when to go to the doctor, when to call your doctor, or when to go to the ER, and never have to freak out or panic about what to do with a fever again. Also coming soon is going to be the diaper rash fix, so you know how to prevent it, treat it, and stop it from ever coming back. Until the next time, please be kind to yourself, and bye-bye.